Good morning, everyone. Hope you are having such a wonderful day, a wonderful Wednesday, midweek. Good to see you again. Glad to be here. I hope you were able to do something fantastic this morning, something that you are excited about, something that you're passionate about, and something that moves you forward in terms of what's important to you. So, some people like to go in the morning and exercise first thing in the morning. Um, and lots of times it provides you with even more energy than you thought. You thought you might be tired, but oftentimes you have more energy, or you're able to connect with a certain social group that just really pours into you, that fills you, and that gets you energized. You're able to laugh with them, share things with them, and vice versa, have really great conversation, and then that actually inspires you to do things that you need to do or want to do because of the energy from them and the positivity from them. Or, like I was saying yesterday, maybe you're writing something, you're working on some sort of project. So, doing that first thing in the morning just really helps you to see that, okay, I've gotten a lot of that done. And as the day goes on, it's not something pending that you still need to get to. So, um, I hope that you're able to make adjustments or shifts, what have you, in your life, if applicable, to create the kind of life that you want, to create the type of activities throughout your day that you would like to do, and be around the types of people that you would like to be around. Like I said, that really is something that just like energizes you instead of draining you. And lots of times it's helpful to really reach out to people, do a lot of outreach, do a lot of networking. Um, Lots of times there's a lot of asymmetry asymmetry with relationships and connections. And you often need to be the leader, and you need to reach out or communicate or send a text message or send an email, send a note, say hello, greet somebody, approach somebody, um, just to start or initiate a connection, or to maintain and build that connection. And sometimes it might not seem fair, or that you're putting in a lot of energy or investment, but sometimes that's just the way it goes, especially if it's important to you, or it's something special for you or unique for you. Um, it's something that you might want to consider. Um, so today I titled it Being Blessed, because I was going to look at a couple of verses. And one of the verses pertaining to being blessed in particular was this one in Hebrews 6:7. And it says, "Land that drinks in the rain, often falling on it, and that produces a crop, useful, 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 useful to those for whom it is farmed, receives the blessing of God." And then alternatively, like the next verse in Hebrews 6:8 says, "But land that produces thorns and thistles is worthless and is in danger of being cursed. In the end, it will be burned." And so we want to be useful. We were talking yesterday about being fruitful. We were talking about the fruit of the Spirit: joy, love, peace, goodness, kindness, faithfulness, gentleness, self control. And we also talked about we can do anything, but is it profitable? Is it beneficial? Is it of value? Is it of worth, not only to us, but to others? We look at that one Bible verse that talks about um, do not just look onto your own interests, but to each of you, the interests of others. And so we want to stay concerned about others, and we're going to talk a little bit about that later, and do things that is useful. I think the Bible talks about how we're all given gifts, And sometimes it takes us a little bit to figure out what those gifts are. Lots of times you can look and reflect and see, what is it that you're good at? What is it that you're fluent at? What is it that comes easy to you? And what is it that other people say that you do well? Or maybe you do stuff and it turns into a success. And so you realize it's something that you do well. So some are given leadership, some are given the gift of encouragement, some are given the gift of, other sorts of talents, song and dance and things like that. Some are given the ability to teach, um, prophesy, things like that. Uh, some are serve, and they're really good at service and serving. And then whatever we do, serving or whatever, we do it for God, and we do it diligently because He's the one that's given it to us. He's given it to us, and that's why He cares so much about us using it productively, not squandering it, and using it for the benefit of others. So, this again, Hebrews 6:7, land that drinks in the rain, often falling on it, and that produces a crop useful to those for whom it is farmed, receives the blessing of God. And so, we want to be useful. And in turn, we also do receive the blessing of God. We are blessed. And just like He prunes those branches that are producing fruit, and even ones that are, or He gets rid of those. And then even branches that are producing fruit, He prunes them even more to produce more fruit. He wants more fruit out of you. And so producing a crop that is useful, is it useful? Is it helping others? Is it benefiting others? And then you receive the blessing of the Lord. And so oftentimes He gives a portion, and then when you can be trusted with that, He gives you more and more. He's not going to give you more than you can handle, but and then He's going to give you more according to your ability. Like that story, I think, of the talents. He gives to one, to another 5, to another 10, because it's according to their ability and their capacity. And then He can trust you with more. And so lots of times we want things, but can we handle it? Can we be trusted with it? Would it be fruitful for us? Because He's our Father, and He doesn't want to, overwhelm us or give us something that we're not ready for, we're not prepared for. And then in Hebrews 6:8, it talks about, but land that produces thorns and thistles is worthless and is in danger of being cursed. In the end, it will be burned. So, land that's just producing thorns and thistles, it's not profitable. It's not helping. It's not helping ourselves. It's not helping others. And that's the kind of production it's making, creating. And so He deems it worthless. It's worthless. It's of no worth. It's of no value to anyone. And so in the end, He'll do away with it. So we always want to consider if what we're doing is useful. And you can tell because other people are smiling, other people are happy, they're approaching you, they're coming back to you, they're being drawn to you because you're helping them in some way, you're assisting them in some way, and they get something out of interacting with you, they feel better, what have you. So another verse I wanted to look at was Hebrews 12. And in Hebrews 12, it says, Hebrews 12, verse 5 and 6. Hebrews 12, 5 and 6. So, my son, do not make light of the Lord's discipline, and do not lose heart when He rebukes you, because the Lord disciplines the one He loves, and He chastens everyone He accepts as His son or as His own. So, my son, do not make light of the Lord's discipline. Remember that other verse? Count it all joy when you have trials of many sorts, because we're growing, we're maturing, we're becoming closer to Christ, we're becoming more perfect or mature. And so do not make light of the Lord's discipline. He's just like any other father, and He's our Father, and He's going to discipline. And do not lose heart when He rebukes you. So do not, that other verse, do not grow weary in doing good, for at the right time you will produce a harvest. So don't lose heart. That other verse we were talking about yesterday, those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength and soar like wings on eagles. They will run and not become weary. They will walk and not become faint. So do not lose heart when He rebukes you. Take this challenge. Accept this pruning. I think in Psalms, David mentioned how it was good for me to have this affliction so I could learn your ways, learn your laws, learn your precepts. It goes on in verse 6, because the Lord, Hebrews 12, verse 6, because the Lord disciplines the one He loves. He loves you. He loves you. I think there's another verse that says, it says something to the effect that the ones that aren't loved aren't disciplined. So He cares. He's concerned for you. He loves you, and He disciplines those He loves. So we rejoice in that. And He chastens everyone He accepts as His son. So He's paying attention, and He's interested and concerned in you and who you are and who you're becoming, and your maturity, and your growing in grace and knowledge, and becoming more and more Christ-like, and maturing in the fruits of the Spirit. It's one thing to have them and to adopt them: the joy, peace, love, gentleness, faithfulness, goodness, kindness, forbearance, self-control. But then it's another thing to strengthen them, to have overflowing joy, abundance of love, uh, a really sharp sense of self-control. And that comes through time and through pruning, and like he was talking about here, through discipline and through chastening. And so we're not to, just become upset, chastening, like correcting, but pray and ask God for strength, that you recognize you're in a trial, that you recognize you're being disciplined, that you recognize that some pruning is occurring, and God, give me the strength, increase my strength, walk with me through this. He is walking with you through it already, but ask for just come closer, come closer. I need you during this time. And, um, you know, that verse I think we were talking about yesterday, whatever you ask in my name, my Father will do for from heaven will do for you. Ask and you will receive, and your joy will be complete. But we have to ask. So we have to be in prayer. We have to have an active prayer life, an aggressive prayer life. Pray without ceasing. That's one of our tactics that we can use. One of our strategies. Another verse is Hebrews 13:1. Hebrews 13:1. Keep on loving one another as brothers and sisters. I think in another version it was mentioning remain concerned about others. And like I was saying earlier, the other verse, do not look onto your own interests, but to the interests of others. It even talks about, those who are imprisoned or what have you. You experience that, you feel that in the same way as if it was happening to you. But we're interested in others, and keep on loving one another. Again, that's one of the fruits of the Spirit in Galatians, I believe Galatians 5, love. And as we know in another Bible verse, God is love. Who is God? God is love. And so keep on loving one another. It can be difficult, it can be hard, but if you go in with love, go in with grace, go in with mercy, go in with compassion, give each other grace. God has given us grace. just like that other Bible verse, we comfort others with the and because of the comfort that we've received from God. And for that, we know how to comfort others because we've been comforted from Him. But keep on loving one another. Choose love. Just choose to love and give each other grace. Um, no one's perfect. None of us are perfect. And part of giving grace is like another one of the fruits of the Spirit, patience. A way you can give grace is by having patience, which is a fruit of the Spirit. Um, joy, love, peace. Yeah. And so knowing that things don't always happen right away, people don't always change right away, circumstances don't always change right away. And so we give grace so that, and that can come through giving people time, giving things time, trying a different way, trying again, trying another way, trying again, trying a different way. Just like that other Bible verse about forgive and forgive, 70 times over. How many times do I forgive God? 70 times, or, whatever that number was in the verse. In other words, keep on forgiving because we've been forgiven. We've been forgiven. And so we forgive others. Keep on loving, if Hebrews 13:1, keep on loving one another as brothers and sisters. We treat others like brothers and sisters. I think there's that other verse about treat older men with respect, treat older women, treat younger women by showing them the way and how to be how to act accordingly and be proper and manage things. And so, we treat others like brothers and sisters. um Treat them with care, treat them with kindness, treat them as if they were a family member, treat them with familiarity, and uh treat them with respect. Treat them as if you know them, you've known them. Here is that verse, Hebrews 13:3. Continue to remember those in prison as if you were together with them in prison, and those who are mistreated as if you yourselves were suffering. So we experience, or we feel what they're experiencing. And so we're able to comfort them all the more successfully and be there and listen and respond and so forth all the more accurately because we understand what they're going through, and we're using the fruit of the Spirit. We're praying, we're reading the word, and we're walking with those people, um, listening and having them share so that we grow in our knowledge of what they're experiencing and can be that much more helpful and useful to them because of our openness in terms of what they're experiencing. So let's go ahead and pray together. God and Father, here we are coming together again today. You said how when two or more are in agreement, um, we can ask whatever it is we ask and come into agreement on things, and you will do them in your name by your Father in heaven. And also there you are with us. And so here we are, and we bring forth all the needs. We bring forth all the needs of all the people that are here, that may be listening. And you said in your word how God will supply all your needs according to his riches and glory in Christ Jesus. And so we bring those needs to you. And God, as you know, there's physical needs. There's people that need health restored. There's pain, there's inflammation, there's illness, there's wounds and things that have occurred, things that are broken that need to be repaired. And we ask God for full healing and full recovery and speedy recovery. And we ask you to be there in the surgery room and in the rooms with physicians where decisions are being made. And we ask that you clear the way and clear our minds and give us the right path and show us what it is that we need to do, and give us a knowledge in terms of what types of things do we need to be doing for optimal health. And there are some people that might be considering different types of wellness activities and centers, and or looking for the means to be able to participate in those things, or looking for people to help them and walk with them and support them to do those types of things to increase and improve their health. And God, we ask that you make it clear those resources and those connections and those people so we can just flourish in terms of health. And God, we ask you for assistance in terms of finances. People are needing sustainable income, they're needing gainful employment, they're needing ongoing and incoming revenue. And that comes through the Lord. And only you, God, can make a way to have us have situations and opportunities with people where finances can flow in a way that meets our needs and some of our desires, God. And like we were talking yesterday, delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. And also, um, how the Bible mentions the abundance, which then we can then use to be generous and give to others in need. And we do desire to work hard to experience that, as your word mentions. And so make a way, God. Give us the information, give us the alerts, give us the people and connections to find situations where we'll be able to meet our needs financially. That's very important, as you know. And God, there's people that are in need of social connections and social opportunities. They want like to become more involved and more active. And they want, as we've been discussing, people and situations that are useful. We've been talking about profitable and useful and beneficial and of value. They want those connections, like we were discussing yesterday, the iron that sharpens iron. They want the connections with people who are going to help them and improve them and inspire them and influence them and motivate them in the right way, in the right direction. Your word talks about how, bad company, corrupts good character or what have you. And so we want those good connections in our lives to really brighten our days and brighten our lives and brighten our futures and show us the right way and model for us, um, the things that the path that we would like to move in. And so provide us with the events and the opportunities and the connections when we're en route, when we're on our way doing things, when we're doing laundry, when we're getting groceries, when we're at the gym, when we're at church, when we're at school, when we're at work. Make it known who those people are, and just clear the path so we can make those connections and experience the joy from those relationships. And some people are looking for novel relationships. Make supernaturally provide connections with people that other people are looking for, um, that would just be such a blessing to them, and give them a lot of clarity and a lot of discernment in terms of, only you, God, know their heart. And, only we can know some of their heart over time. So make it clear to us those relationships that we should be investing in and that we should build upon, and bring those sorts of people into our lives. And assist us with all our ventures, all our endeavors, things that we're investing in, school and schooling and higher education that we're involved in. And, make things clear, make things smooth. There can be so many obstacles and hiccups and interruptions. And, we're trying to push through some of these things. And give us the right emotions. Give us those fruits of the Spirit the love, the joy, the peace, the self-control, the patience, the goodness, kindness, gentleness, faithfulness. Help us to mature in those fruits and help it be clear um, that we have those fruits. And that helps to draw other people in and to have those kinds of connections with those type of people that we'd like to have connections with. And provide us with provision, a supernatural favor. We know the stories of Joseph and how everything he did and, was a success. And so Potiphar put him over everything. And same with Daniel. He did such a wonderful job that he got such a high position, like as governor or what have you, because it was just clear that you were with them. And be with us, provide us with favor. We need your favor because only things can be a success if God is in them. Only things can be a success if God has started it. And he talks about, I will finish that good work that I've started in you. And, it's only going to be if God is in it that it'll be fruitful. And so we need you in all these different things, in relationships, in work situations, in all types of situations. And God help also to restore relationships. Some people are in need of restoration and repairing relationships. They need the words to say, they need the language, the speech, and they need the courage, and they need the confidence, and they need, we want to remove pride, and we want to move forward and push forward to restore and repair those relationships that are really meaningful for us, that we care about so deeply. And God, just help clear that and make that path way clear for people to do so, and to start making headway, and to start reconnecting with those people that are important in their lives. And so you help people to be stronger in terms of reading and listening to the word daily, um, making it a point to, maybe before you do something fun or that you want to do, ingest a little bit of the word first, or pray first, or just adopt a style of praying about everything. So whenever you're feeling an emotion, pray about it, including if it's a positive emotion. Pray and thank God for it. Pray and praise God for it. Pray and worship God for it. If it's another type of emotion, bring it to God. Bring it to the Lord. Say, I'm having this emotion. I'm needing your help. God, enlighten me. Provide clarity. Help me make this decision. Help smooth this out, and so forth. So, provide us with all the spiritual armor, and our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us and lead us not into temptation. Deliver us from evil. Forgive us as we forgive those who trespass against us. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. And in Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen. And so we want to give God all the glory and have a wonderful rest of the day. Being productive, stay positive, stay focused. Remember that everything pretty much is temporal, it's temporary. Things change, people change, circumstances change. We have to let God work in our lives. We have to let God move in our lives. We have to let God take control of things. We have to surrender it to God, and we have to have faith. And so we ask God to pray to God to increase your faith, and increase your patience, and your hope, and keep doing your part. The faith without works is, you know, dismal, is null. So keep doing your part, but then allow God to work within and to supernaturally repair the relationship, to make a way with that job, to help you get that degree, but still do your daily tasks and then let him move and do what you would not be able to do by yourself. And so we'll meet again and have a wonderful, like I said, rest of the day. Take care.